university's tuition fees. Is this going to be reduced forever and ever, or is it going to be
it's like
after your election it goes back to how it is?
A very good question.
Okay, because the fees were actually increased in 2017 after he was elected, that is. Ogun considers special court for sexual gender-based violence. Makinde directs local councils. Makinde directs local councils to set up security committees. INEC ready for a new election. Yakubu Akwabon's efforts to turn around abandoned mega projects yield result. WAEC 20 candidates test positive for coronavirus in Bayelsa. Ohanese grieves killing of IPOB members. IPOB Ugwani to meet security agencies over Enugu clash and Ebonyi bans underage riders. This one says 410 terrorists surrender in Nasarawa military. Another 130 million naira looted under past Kwara administrations recovered. Governor. How we helped Nigerian nurse escape from ISWAP captivity. MNJTF. Blasphemy. Ganduje vows to sign singer's death warrant unless he appeals up to the Supreme Court and wins. Southern Kaduna won't sweep on the line issues under the carpet of Shinbajo. Alright, that's it from the Premium Times this morning. And from the Premium Times, we cross over to the Daily Trust. Okay. Troops raid terrorist cell in Nasarawa. Nasarawa. The terrorist organization is supposed to be called supposedly called Daros Salam. Okay. This one says Cross River inaugurates anti-tax brigade. Tanu 300 billion naira China loan forum petitions President Buhari. How teapot inspired me to start business. Aisha. Council of State approves pardon of Ambrose Ali, 3 others. Over 1,300 houses marked for demolition in Maiduguri. How hungry Ikoli River is swallowing buildings in Yenagua community. Federal government will absorb NPower beneficiaries into NDAs. Gombe community where residents rely on ponds for water. Kama approach National Assembly. Oshibajo tells aggrieved pastors. Etsunupe appoints ex-agric minister Sheikh Abdullah as Magajin Garin Nupe. Again, this one says youths unite against killings, corruption. Okay, what the biggest economic decline in a decade means for Nigerians. And this one says on the sports side, Osaka withdraws from W&S Open to protest racial injustice. Top European club circle as Messi calls time at Barca. Osimhen reveals why he chose Napoli. Onazi returns to Italy to join promoted FC Crotone. That's on the sports side. And on the political side, Edo 2020, PDP berates APC over requests to transfer cases to Abuja. APC PDP trade words over worker salaries in Bauchi. INEC fully prepared for Edo governorship poll. Professor Yakubu. Only credible APC members are acceptable for legislative by-elections. Governor Buni. NEDC and commitments to Northeast Rehab. What about North Central? That's editorial right there. And and 1 or 2 more headlines here. This one says HND holders threaten to down tools, lament discrimination. And that's it in the Daily Trust newspaper this morning.
Alright, so in the Punch newspaper this morning, Oyetola inaugurates Amoteku board. Others. Visitation panel invites memoranda from Unilag stakeholders. Expert warns against disobeying COVID-19 guidelines. 410 insurgents surrendered during Nasarawa terror cell raid. How to end bloodshed during elections. Umahi. And still in the Punch newspaper this morning, Akeredolu Jegede trade words as supporters clash. Constitution review, electoral reforms on our priority list, says Bajabiamila. Only credible candidates will fly APC flag, says Buni. Oba Benin plans peace meeting with Edo candidates. Local herbs and what Nigeria and other African countries can contribute to the World Executive Director, Nigeria's Institute of Human Virology, Ambimiku. Oh, I hope I pronounced that well. Dairy emphasizes agric SMEs at maiden cabinet meeting. PDP supporters ground Yenagoa, protest senatorial aspirant disqualification. The missing Nigerian COVID-19 vaccine. That's an editorial. Government cannot do it alone. Edo, APC and PDP continue verbal war, alleged kidnap plot. Rahul Farabeshola doesn't feel the Americans. Why Nigerian students find online learning painful. possibly bad network. And moving on, federal government's 11 billion naira COVID-19 insurance eludes 14 dead doctors. Ondo Varsity reduces tuition fee. Maritime police assure dredgers of support. Sirika relocates to Enugu ahead of airport reopening. Federal government begins restructuring of power ministry. Why international flight resumption date was postponed. NCAA. Okay, it's been postponed from till when?
5th of September. It was postponed by 1 week.
Okay. And then moving on, fund laments 95% revenue drop, implements new charges. Buhari, others hail additional on re-election as AFDB president. Federal government shifts international flight resumption to September 5th. Buhari approves new appointments at NAIC and SON. 80% containers arriving Nigeria return empty, Shippers Council. Federal government, National Assembly bringing a rejected water bill through the back door, says Shoyinka. Federal government planning to pay private school teachers, artisans, says Oshibajo. Mago, presidential panel reopens ex-IG Tafas case, seized houses. 22 CBTs defraud 11,823 students. How 200 Bauchi students' names went missing on WASC lists. Plateau, now epicenter of COVID-19. Plateau, now epicenter of COVID-19, says PTF. Ganduje's 300 billion naira Chinese loan slavery. Kanu elders tell Buhari. Ghana's $1 million trade levy on foreign traders. That's an editorial. Oil Assembly to monitor federal government's 2.9 billion naira water grant. NAPTIP rescues 132 human trafficking victims in Akwa Ibom. 25 VIO FRSC men nabbed for driving license fraud. Buhari sacks Dokubo as amnesty coordinator, names administrator. Court remands Kaduna woman who tortured 14-year-old girl in prison. Killings, Ohaneze meet Ugwanye and young lawyers demand IPOB's prescription. Woman accuses Rivers Hospital of stealing newborn. Troops intercepted Zamfara bond arms, killed 25 bandits. Falana demands information on 338 billion naira COVID-19 fund. Matawale mourns as 14 PDP supporters die in Zamfara crash. COVID-19, Lagos records 81% revenue performance. 75 Borno elders slaughtered in 2014, says Ndume. Nasarawa youth force residents to remove face mask. NOA. Our proactive plans worked against COVID-19, says Sanwo-Olu. Alumni Group 6 Unilag students' welfare amid crisis. Comma, pastors are willing to be accountable, says Oshibajo. And finally, troop rescue 13 Russians and Ukrainians abducted in Niger Delta. There you have it on the Punch newspaper this morning. And moving over to the Vanguard newspaper, APC and PDP fight over alleged stage-managed kidnapping of opposition members. Jihadists kill 14 in Nigeria and Cameroon border over blockade. Now, not fold our arms and watch PDP supporters name our opposition, Obi warns. Polio, Nigeria still threatened despite eradication certification, says federal government. Nigeria loses lots of benefits from non-passage of PIB, says Pengasan. Alright, and moving on. Petroleum Industrial Biddo, that's PIB. $15 million modular refinery project to be sited in Delta. Governor Diri signs 3 bills into law. Onazi, a successful Syria R medical with promoted Croton. Alright, that's on sports. And moving on, Nigeria chased into Dubai desert. Buhari will leave legacy of massive infrastructural development, says Lai Mohammed. And on business, CBN directs BDCs to sell dollar at 386 naira as forex trade restarts. Admission, CBT centers defraud candidate of 59 million naira, says JAMB. Investment in agric is key to nation building. COVID-19, over 463 million school children lack access to remote learning, says UNICEF. Plateau states to resume monthly sanitation August 29th. Since 2015, 500 defenseless Igbo have been killed. The proscribed IPOB now. Blasphemy, I will not hesitate to sign death warrant. Ganduje. Gridlock on Lagos Ibadan Expressway as fire got car. Delta at 29. That's an editorial. Igbo presidency group tips Obi Onu Ngige others as possible candidates. By-election protest in Bayelsa as PDP screens out former speaker and 2 others. Edo 2020 Obaseki PDP plotting implication and arrest. And moving on, INEC gears up for Imo North by-election. Edo 2020, 3,000 others, APC chieftain and 3,000 others defect to PDP in Ovia North East. CBN to resume forex sales to BDCs and others. And still on the Vanguard newspaper, football, great Ronaldinho regains freedom. Osime, I am in Napoli to do great things. And more from sport, NFF celebrates ex-board member Emeka Iyama at 60. And away from sports, Lagos NDE begins job attachments for graduates. Tragedy averted as truck rams into building in Lagos. Gunmen kill son of Katsina local government former chair, abduct ex-chair of neighboring local government. 9 men in court over alleged sale of hard drugs. And there you have it on Vanguard newspaper this morning.
Okay, so from the Vanguard, we check out another paper, and that, of course, is The Guardian. What does The Guardian have for us this morning? I guess we'll with the sports headline here. Boris Becker supports Osaka's withdrawal over racial injustice. Bitumen imports go up 300 billion naira despite huge deposits in state. Concerns about safety protocols as foreign flights resume. Experts canvass total ease for better economy, COVID-19 outcomes. Disquiet over order for mass metering of Nigerians. Lagos State government generates 433.6 billion naira revenue in first half of 2020. And this one says, stay off church governance, stop karma. Ex-Unizik VC tells federal government. Additional returns as AFDB's chief executive. YFMC Umuahia can't be upgraded to teaching hospital yet by medical director. 19 killed in Zamfara road crash. Mutawali declares 3-day mourning. Bridge rehabilitation may not end Apapa gridlock, says NSC chair. Bayelsa to regulate dredging activities as Diri signs 3 bills into law. And police now bank account fraudsters, motorcycle snatchers. Okay. On the sports side, Brigadier General Lott confirms date for maiden IGC Tigers Patrons tourney. Dangote $1 million for renovation of MKO Abiola Stadium excites at Delabu. To Ikoyi Club's top shot, Danny Meyer. There is nothing better than golf. This one says Rivers United set to take battle to court of arbitration for sports. Ronaldo wants to conquer the world. Okay, what part of the world do you want to conquer now? On the political side, drumbeats of violence as Ondo Guba poll draws near. Why Igbo presidency remains uphill task by Kadiri. Okay. Oboshomole deceived 14 Edo lawmakers, says Obaseki. Jagade falls Akeredolu on governorship rotation. Okay. This one says BB Nanjas, Mike Edwards and wife Perry welcome first child. Congratulations to them. And I think that's it from the Guardian newspaper this morning. From the Guardian, we cross over to this day. What does this day have in store for us this morning? On this day, this one says, my focus now is serving Nigeria, not on 2023, says Oshinbajo. Buhari, Jonathan, others, 3 others additional get second term at AFDB. CBN resumes forex sales to BDCs on Monday. Council of State endorses pardon for Ambrose Ali, 44 others. Okay, this one says COVID-19, ANAP Foundation seeks full reopening of economy. Federal government shifts resumption of international flights to September 5th. Yes, I was correct. FAN implements new passenger charges. Revenue drops 95% in DHQ. 410 suspected terrorists surrender to troops in Nasarawa. Okay, and still on this day newspaper this morning. A profit-taking whole stock market's 8-day price rally. Vehicle importation. Federal government urged to review customs valuation method. All right, this one says preparing for a new normal. Okay. NBA, El Rufai and the lessons thereof. All right. This one says, please tell Fanika to lengthen his fuse. He says he has a short fuse. PDP condemns arrest of its member by DSS in Korea demands release. Check out Kora Fuaneke impacting mindful learning. Okay. And still on this news on the sports side now, Rivers government drags NFF to CAS, that is call of arbitration for sports over 2019-2020 NPFL table. Drogba rejected for Cote d'Ivoire FA elections. Pinnick calls on Kwara State to immortalize Rashidi Yekini. Okay, and this one says FA Community Shield live on DSTV, GoTV Max, and Joey. Under fire, Barca President Bartomeu offers to step down if Messi stays. Anthony Joshua vows to stop Tyson Fury in round 6. Okay, and that's it from the sports side. And from the back page, this one says restructuring and Yadudu's posturing. And of course, this one says NECO, we are not responsible for non-registration of schools. And that's it from this day newspaper this morning.
And moving on to the Nation's newspaper, which will happen to be our last paper for review this morning. This one says, Eze Yamu assures the door people of job creation. Shriver's wife hails Supreme Court for defending women's right. MMPN Mirik celebrates Sultan at 64. NCDC begins on-site testing. Government floats survival fund for teachers and artisans and others. JAM deletes 22 CBT centers for alleged fraud. Sign of my victory are clear, says governor. Which of the governor? Find out on the Nation's Power in the Song. Courts nullifies first guarantee pensions extraordinary general meeting. Lagos makes 432.6 billion naira in 6 months. Akeredolu government lacks human face, says Jegede. Unidad panel calls for memoranda. Nigeria re-strategizes for IMO seats. Madu's appointment shows Nigerians go-getter spirit, says President. Clearing shipwrecks from the waterways. Interagency collaboration will ensure security. Ajibola Bisiruyu's wondrous taste. And Diko is amnesty chief. APC promises to field credible candidates for by-election. How federal government is using foreign loans by ministers. Food security, experts seek support for women farmers. Council of State okays control of arms agency. Buhari, what's earned additional second term. Senator false report on controversial EFCC bill. Why Nigeria's economy is bankrupt by Mo Lalu. Are they leading us to the grave? Who Edo should vote? Executive, legislative harmony responsible for calm in polity. PDP word-to-word campaign unsettles APC. And finally, on the Nation, PCN warns operators of illegal medicine outlets to disease.
Okay, that's it from the Nation newspaper this morning, and that's how we're going to call it a day on this morning's edition of the newspaper headline. Remember, you can always send in your reactions via SMS or WhatsApp. If it's SMS, you send it to 0807 400 9076. If it's WhatsApp, you send it to 0812 1789154. Coming up next is Sports Fiesta. My name is Charles Opera.
I am Dr. Belando. Good morning.
The first daughter of Professor Ambrose Ali. Some of my father's qualities, I am seeing it in Pastor Eze Yamu, in his simple agenda, like empowering people. My father was there, and he also wants to carry it out. Like the passion for women. My father was there, and Eze Yamu also wants to carry it out in his simple agenda. Before his people conducted this simple agenda, he was a UPM youth there, and he knows what he said, which he is going to carry out in his simple agenda. You will see him when he's in the office. All women in Edo State should come out, they should come out, so that they can have the benefits of governance.
My brother, please, we need solar power in our house. NEPA only gives us like 3 hours at night and 3 hours during the day.
That's true, but Zabron Solar has solar packages tailored to your needs. We can deploy to you today solar inverters, charge controllers, and mono solar panels along with deep circle gel batteries. We also have in stock solar street lights and solar freezers. Our 1,000 watt inverter still sells for around 110,000 naira. The 2,000 watts model sells for 150,000 naira, and the 3,000 watts model is under 175,000 naira. Our deep circle gel battery is under 123,000 with warranty. What is more, we offer flexible payment and lease to our own terms. Come to our showroom today at Indio Plaza 62 Oko Central Road by Gapiona Junction, GRA Benin City, or shop online at www.zabronsolar.com. You can also reach us on 0816-932-2857. Zabron Solar, energy you can rely on. We have said it before.
We will still say it again.
Beware of human traffickers and smugglers who encourage irregular migration.
Beware of offers of jobs in Europe.
Beware of stories of getting rich quick once in Europe.
Beware of stories of opportunities to become international model, football star, actor, actress, or singer in Europe.
Note, there is no easy way to making it big except crime.
And if you are caught, you will go in for it.
Europe is no Eldorado.
Nobody picks money on the street. If you must travel,
Do it the right way.
Say no to desert travel.
say no to crossing the sea to Europe.
Don't be deceived.
Many have died in the desert, sea, or even prison.
Say no to human trafficking. Say no to irregular migration.
This message is brought to you by Action Aid, Vides, and Salesians of Don Bosco, Nigeria.